Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. All right, this is going to be a general reading. We're going to tap into your person's energy. We're going to get deep into it though. I'm going to get some energy cards, a couple of energy cards, as well as tarot to clarify. But keep in mind, it is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. So don't force a shoe to fit. There'll be more readings to come. And again, thank you so much for sharing, liking, subscribing. I appreciate all of the support. All right, so let's see. What is your person feeling? Hold on, y'all. I feel like cleansing a little bit. So you may need to cleanse your energy. Something about the crown chakra. Purple could be your favorite color for some of you, but something about your crown. You could be receiving a lot of downloads, or you could, I feel like your intuition, especially like your intuition is telling you something when it comes to this relationship or this connection. All right, let's say, what is the collective's person currently feeling towards them? My throat chakra has been messing up too. I don't know. It's just been a lot going on. Look at my new coffee mug, you guys. Isn't she adorable? I fell in love. So freaking cute. I usually do my TikTok lives on Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's coffee and tarot. So I was like, oh, this is the perfect mug for my lives. All right, let's see what your person is currently feeling towards you. I just saw 222 on the clock, so you could be seeing 222. All right, we have hamster wheel, surviving and daily hustle. And then we have negotiator, bargaining and begging. Automatically, I'm seeing someone going back and forth about money, negotiating something when it comes to money or their work. Maybe they're going back and forth, trying to determine what they want to do for a living. Like, I feel like I'm tapping into someone that has been like hustling, working hard every single day. It's been about, because there's a hamster wheel, right? So it's like it going in circles over and over and over and over again. Maybe that's why this person or whoever you're connecting to is going back and forth on whether or not they want to continue to do what it is that they're doing. And they're stuck. Like, it's like they're done, they're over, they're no longer feel like it's fulfilling them like it once was, or they're feeling like really stuck or bound, or maybe where they work at, it does feel like they're working at a prison. Interview, talk, conversation, and get on the same page. I feel like for some of you, that's exactly what your person is doing. It's like they are having communications. I'm seeing so I'm picking up on like a masculine talking to someone like a higher up, but maybe a manager or supervisor, someone they trust when it comes to these, like the changes that they're wanting to make when it comes to their money. It's like I'm also picking up on somebody, because it says internet. I don't know if you can see it because I know the light is kind of bright. Plugged. It says tuned in, internet, and connected. So I feel like I'm picking up on a person who has been either looking for other jobs or educating themselves on either a different job or topic or skill that they're actually interested in. And the more they pour into that, the more they feel like they're stuck in this hamster wheel where they know they need to hop off in order for them to be able to pour into this other endeavor or this other business or this other job opportunity that they may have ran into. And I feel like it's a complete changed. I feel like this is someone that could have been doing something for repetitive, right? Over maybe working this particular job over 10 years or just a long period of time, and now it's like they're tired of it because it doesn't fulfill them like it once used to. Maybe the money was good and that's why they kept doing it, but now it's like the money is not enough. And I feel like your energy, it's almost like you plug them in, right? Like you're the plug. You're the one that gave them that energy because you're the one that's maybe you're focused on getting paid for things that you actually love to do rather than because you need the money, right? I feel like you kind of gave them a different perspective, or widened widened their view on how to earn their money, right? Like how like you don't have to become a prisoner or a slave to your workplace just because the money is good, right? Doing something out of purpose or love or passion will bring you that money. It may take a little longer, of course, but the money's still going to come because money is energy, right? The more energy we pour into a particular situation, the more energy we pour into a particular situation, the more energy is going to give back to us. But I feel like this person is now, whoever you're connecting to, they're now at a point where it's like it's just not, the money is just not enough anymore. Access granted, social media, fake profile, and hiding. So, and then we have single. So you could be single right now. Maybe this is like the beginning stages of a connection. I also feel like for some reason you could be someone that's seeing like your social media account is like people, I don't know if you like talk on your social media accounts, like you have like you're pretty much someone that's a mentor, a teacher, or you just guide people or educate people with what you post on your social media. And because I'm seeing conversation, right? So I just feel like you have some sort of platform where you're known for what you do, but it's not like, and no shade, like no shade at all, what you do, who you are, right? But it's not like you're, like a supermodel on Instagram. You literally use your platform to educate others, to motivate others, to guide others through, either a healing journey or whatever it may be, right, for you. But I do feel like you hold conversations or you talk on your social media, and because of how you show up, it's like your person has been watching you from either hiding, you didn't know that they were watching you, or they made a fake profile and they've been learning. Like I said, you're the plug. You plug this person in. You gave this new energy to this person. You've exposed them to this energy without you even knowing, probably, right? Like they have you it's like there's keys here on this illustration or whatever. So it's almost like you unlocked the information that you could have been providing, or the things that you have been talking about. It's like you unlocked something in this person's life, like a different view of how they view themselves, and how they are viewing how they've been doing things, right? Maybe they've been in survival mode and not necessarily having to be in survival mode, but that's how they feel, like they just felt like they always had to keep going, earning more, getting more, getting that next promotion, and it still didn't fulfill them, right? It was promotion after promotion, raise after raise, and they still are not fulfilled. Let's get some more. Divorce and final, irreconcilable differences. So for some of you, this could be like a divorce that your person could be going through, or some sort of like legality separation. So there could be a back and forth when it comes to finances or money in like court situations, People are trying to negotiate, trying to determine who gets what. Yeah, meeting. So there's a heavy energy of planning. Maybe there there's discussion, like I said, there's discussions on money or legalities. This is giving me a heavy energy of someone's person going through a divorce and trying to figure out who gets what. Not only with money, but also, I don't know, like movement forward after the divorce is final. Or maybe that's what's happening. It's like they're moving forward with a divorce. Maybe this is something that's been going ongoing, because I'm seeing the hamster wheel, and then finally people are sitting down to have a conversation, get on the same page, and determine what's what and who's who, and how is this going to, like, finally taking that action to finally end something. But I do feel like it's fair, right? I do feel like whatever your person is going through, I'm not picking up on an energy of them, like, drama. It doesn't feel like drama necessarily. It just feels like another life event, right? Like, yes, your person could be going through a divorce, but it's like they're in the process of figuring who, splitting things up and all that good stuff. It doesn't feel like drama. It doesn't feel like that. Maybe that's just what they're dealing with right now. Let me get some more. Anxiety, scared, and panic. Well, as I said that, well, shit, now there's a drama, I guess. But someone's cleaning it out. See, I knew what I was talking about. Like, it doesn't feel like, it does bring up some sort of panic or anxiety, because it is a change, right? Like, if someone has been used to doing a certain thing for a certain period of time, right? And when change approaches, that does create an energy of anxiety or panic, because things are getting ready to look very different for your person, right? So they are scared, they are in panic, or they don't know, how the conversation is going to go. They don't know. You see all the cords around this person, like they feel like there's an entanglement, or they're bound to this person, so they're having to talk through or hold conversations that will disentangle them, right? That will finally close out a certain chapter. For others of you, like, if this is your person trying to leave a particular job situation, they're having this conversation with a boss, or telling your boss, like, hey, look, I know I just got this promotion, but it's not it. Like, it's not really what's making me happy. I know you wanted me to, you trusted me with it, you wanted me to go with it, but it's just not doing it for me. And that's nerve-wracking, right? Coming in and speaking your truth, that something is just not doing it for you anymore, and you're planning on leaving it, like, that can bring an energy of anxiety. But they know that they have to do it, because they are removing the things that no longer align with their purpose or where they're trying to get to, right? Whether it's a divorce or if it's a job, because even if it's not a divorce, it's like this person has already made a final decision on, hey, I'm ready to leave this job, or I'm ready to leave this pattern, I'm ready to leave this relationship, I'm ready to leave this location, whatever it may be, because now it's not, to them, it's become toxic, or it's become constricting or restricting. And it's no longer, like I said, it's no longer aligning with where they're trying to go or head to. Happiness, see, it's it's not bringing them the happiness that they know they can have. Also, I do feel like your person has, like I said, they've been watching you from afar. They've been hiding, and they see how happy you are. Like I said, you plug this person into a different type of viewing things, viewing life, viewing work, viewing money, viewing friendships, relationships, marriages, whatever. Like whatever it is that you have done, it's almost like you held the key to that lock that was keeping this person bound to a job or to their money or to a relationship or to a marriage that was already ended because they had already emotionally detached. They were just holding on because of the kids, right? So your happiness, your joy, your wholeness, like who you are at your core, your true self, it's like how you perceive yourself on your social media. Because like I said, a lot of people hide, hide their true self on social media because they always post what's good, what's perfect, what nobody posts about what the fuck is not going good in their life. And good, you shouldn't, I get it. No, you don't. But don't show up as someone fake either. And I feel like you have not. I feel like you've shown up, and maybe you don't even mind talking about the shit that you've, may have failed on, or shit that, didn't go wrong, they didn't go as you wanted it to, but somehow you've taken your lessons and viewed them as your blessings. And you're still smiling through it all. You're still smelling the roses. It's like you shine your light on on your own shadow, right? On your own flaws, because you don't care. You're human. You understand that you're human. You understand that you're going to make mistakes. You understand that from those mistakes is where you learn and you grow. And it's almost like you've made it normal for others to show up as imperfect. And because you have done that, I feel like your person has taken the time to kind of like even have conversations with, I'm picturing a divine masculine that is looking at themselves in a mirror and having a conversation with themselves, like maybe giving themselves like positive affirmations, right? Like I'm looking at my mirror that's in front of me, and I have like little calendar things that have like different affirmations on there, and I'm looking right at that, which that's what made me think about your person. They may be looking in the mirror and telling themselves like, you know what, you're the fucking boss, you can and you will, wake up and kick ass, repeat. Like I feel like this is a person who picked that habit up from you. Again, you plug this person into a different type of way of viewing things and doing things. I feel like your person also thinks you're like very smart, like you're very intelligent, you're very wise. It's like they can go to you for advice, and you always come off as, it's like because you're whole within yourself. You don't impose your biased opinion unless one asks for it, and two, again, it's unbiased, right? Because you don't apply your own disappointments or your own hurt or your own insecurities, because you are aware of those. So you don't make your decisions, or you don't give opinions off of what you've experienced, because everyone's different. You try to base your words or your advice based off of facts, what the facts are. I'm picking up on the Queen of Swords energy. I feel like you're very, like I said, you're very organized, intelligent, self-disciplined. So when people come to you for advice, especially people, like I said, if you have a social media account where people see you or they can watch you, I just saw 1919 on the timer, so you could be seeing 1010 as well. It just feels like whatever information you may be sharing comes from a very wise and from a very wise place, right? From a place of love. Like you want healing for people. You want love. You want people to experience love. You want people to experience, peace. And because you've been able to reach a certain level of peace, because I feel like peace is happiness, honestly, you're teaching others how to do that. You're helping others, or guiding others on how to do that. All right, let's get more. I want some more. Let's get some more. We're gonna get some more deets. Your person could be on travel, or they could be at a distance from you. Okay, let me get a little sippy sip of my coffee. I'm just so excited about my little cup. It's so cute. All right, let's see. What other messages do you have for the collective? Can you clarify what these energies are? You could be dealing with a soulmate. Single, sexy, and successful. See, I told you. Some of y'all could be on social media. Like you are seen in the public eye. Like you maybe have platforms, and they see you shining. They see you shining. They see you looking good. Like you look You look good, you smell good, you're smart, you're disciplined, I don't know. Let me see. Can you clarify these energies? Your gift. Exactly. Your gift. Because you've reached a certain level of peace, people see this as a gift that you have, because in order to reach this level of peace, you have to detach yourself from so many things from the material world and beliefs that were instilled in you from birth. And before that, generational curses and patterns. It's like you took the time to create your own happiness, right? You see how she's holding this ball of energy in her hand. It's like you knew you had to take your own happiness into your own hands. You could be someone that's into divination, or I'm picking up on Reiki healing because of the hands and the energy. That's something that we do in Reiki, is work with the energy from our hands. So you could be very gifted, right? And that's why, because you give off this energy, this peaceful energy, you plug this person into that. It's like you put them on. You put them on. You put them on, and you put it on them. Either one. Either one. There could be some conflict, though. I don't know if the money situation, like I said, there could be, it didn't feel like drama, but I told you, we're going to get deep into it. There is some sort of conflict. We're going to see what's going on. What is this hamster wheel with the gift? You show this person their own power, like what they're capable of. Not by telling them so much so, but by being you. There you go. Single, sexy, and successful. Yep. And they see you single, sexy, successful, doing you, not trying hard, and you're still successful. The single part is what's like, the single part, I feel like, is what they're not really happy about. I was about to say that. They feel like, why you out here being single? For others of you, I feel like your person can also realize why you chose to be single or stay single. Maybe other people opposed, or were opposed to what you do for a living, or Um, maybe people didn't like how you put this person on either. Like how your energy has wanting them, it's wanting them to change or make changes. This feels like a third part. This feels like an outside energy, you guys. Honestly, like it feels like there's an outside energy. If your person is going through some sort of divorce or legalities, things like that. I know I said that it didn't feel like drama, but I lied. Now that this one is coming out, I do feel like if you're in that category where you're dealing with someone who is still currently married and going through a divorce, um, it could be that they've been going through this for so long that they're battered and bruised and tired and over it. They've been used and misused. They've healed and got hurt again, healed and hurt again, healed and hurt again. I don't know. And your energy just exposed them to a different way of doing things instead of having to repeat this pattern over and over again. Something about tapping into their own individual power. And like I said, you've shown them that by showing up as your true, authentic self. For others of you, this is not going to be for everyone. This is, for a very small group of y'all. I don't want to say it because it could be triggering, but I am picking it up because I kept looking at the arm, the broken arm. So you could have been attached to someone that was abusive. It could have been abusive, or they could have been attached to someone that was abusive, like physically abusive or mentally even, emotionally abusive. Like I said, they had to heal. They were healing. It's like it was a repetitive cycle that they kept themselves in, ascending. So yeah, it's like whatever you've said to your person has pushed them to ascend, right? To raise their energy, raise their vibration. Something about eights. 888. Eights talk about power, wealth. So their wealth may be ascended as well. It's like their wealth has, like they have money, right? Their money looks good. They have no problem with their money. They just have a problem with how they're making their money. That's for those of you whose person is ready to leave a particular workplace because they ascended and that place no longer aligns with them. So they're having to have these conversations, these tough or difficult conversations. And maybe they are, look, abandonment and manifestation. It's because they're trying to manifest or bring into, they know what they want. Like whoever I'm speaking of, this person knows exactly what they want. Because when you step into an energy of manifestation, you have to be sure that that's what you want. And you have to believe that it's already yours, right? So I feel like this person is very much so aware of what they want to manifest. And they know that they have to leave a particular place, a particular job, a particular home, a particular marriage, a particular relationship. It could be a relationship, like I said, a marriage. Friendships for some of you, like some friendships could need to end, especially if there were opposing forces. Like if you're, for example, let's say if your divine masculine was surrounded by a group of, their homies who were like, hating on you, hating on the connection, maybe not wanting to see the masculine ascend because they don't want, I don't know, because they were just hate, they have hate in their blood. No, some people, and it's so crazy that it's usually the people in your closest circle that don't want to see you succeed. The moment that you're doing better than them, the moment that it's like the energy shifts. I'm telling y'all, I don't know what the fuck it is about it. I don't, it makes no sense to me because I've been around people who are more wealthier than I am. I'm telling y'all. And I've never felt that energy of envy and jealousy. If anything, teach me how the fuck you did it so I can get there. And I feel like your person is starting to realize like there are certain relationships or connections, friendships, jobs that they have to let go of because it does not align with the manifestation that they're trying to bring about. And this feels like it does feel like a marriage. Like I said, it does feel like this is a marriage that they find themselves stuck in, right? Because we do have divorce here, and clearly we see commitment right there. But that could be any type of commitment. Like people keep commitments with their friends, right? Like you're loyal to your friends. Some of you. You're loyal to your money. You're loyal to the bag, to the job. You know, money over bitches. There's people like that. And if your person was that type where it's like money over bitches, it's like now you came along and you're like, and they're looking at you like, well, damn. Maybe the bitches that I was dealing with were that, just that. Nothing more, nothing less. And you've exposed this person that you can be single, you can be sexy, and you can be successful, and you don't have to be a hoe. Or how the young people say, a 304. A 304. Look, as I'm getting ready to clarify access granted, look what's at the bottom of the deck. Rising star. So I'm talking to someone that is on social media speaking. You see the mic? I said something about you say what you say on social media. You talk about on social media, something that you do. Maybe it's not even just social media. Maybe you are a public speaker, a motivational speaker. But I know that you're seen. I'm getting the star energy with this. What is this access granted? Access granted. Actual money. Health concern in reverse. Okay, so someone's feeling better? What is this health concern with access granted in reverse? Someone could have been sick or recovering from something. Unbothered, enamored, and healer. What did I say about somebody being a healer? That's exactly what you did. You healed this person. Look at that. They fell in love with your ass from afar. You felt this person, if you are a healer or you do any type of, like I said, motivational speaker or public speaking in any way, shape, or form, whatever it is that it comes out of your mouth has helped this person not only heal them, right? Make them realize certain things about themselves, but it's like your unbothered energy, it's almost like you are a rising star or you're seen in the public eye, but it's not like you're doing it because you care so much about the likes or the shares or the, being seen. It's more about doing what you love. You're unbothered by the attention that you get. Like if your DMs could be popping. I'm telling you, like your DMs could be absolutely insane. But for one, it feels like you only have eyes for this particular person that you're connecting to. And for two, what you do for a living, you do it because you love to do it. You do it because you know that this is what you were sent to do. So you're not bothered by people's opinions. You're not bothered, when it comes to people stalking your page. It doesn't bother you when people say dumb shit, when they comment dumb shit. You don't care. You don't care. Why? Because, again, you do it because you were sent here to do a particular job and you're listening to your intuition. You're listening to your guidance. You're listening to your gut. I don't know what you want to call it, but you're listening to it, and the more you do, the more unbothered you are by the opinions and the oppositions and the naysayers and the, I don't know, the whatever. But something about your hands, you could do or work with your hands. I'm getting heavy, like energy healer for sure. Something about rings too. I feel like your person could be gifting you a ring or some piece of jewelry. I'm seeing, for some reason, I'm seeing rings and bracelets and earrings. So you could like jewelry, or your person could, and maybe they could, they could be gifting you something like that. What is this? Differences? Irreconcilable differences? Legal. There you go. So it is a divorce. It is a divorce, and they're going back and forth about money. Something about money. Let me sip my coffee, because it's cold as hell now, but it's fine. So yeah, something about a divorce and money. I said something about a transition, so it being stressful, anxious, creating some sort of panic in your person. Because, for one, if it has to do with money, if this is a divine masculine that we're talking about, masculines don't like when people fuck with their money, or where their money is not stable, or they don't feel secure. Like, that fucks with their confidence, right? So, which makes sense. I mean, they're supposed, that we consider the masculine to be the provider. So just imagine if that's your role and you're not able to fulfill your role, then of course that's going to create a certain level of anxiety, especially if they feel like someone is trying to, I want to say end them, but if they're, because I see this opposition energy, it does feel like maybe that's what they've been fighting over, is money. And finally someone's like done over it. Final, like, I'm done. Like, take whatever you want type shit, or not necessarily take whatever you want, but like tired of going with the back and forth, especially about money. What is yeah, didn't I say something about change? I tell y'all, I don't be making the shit up. I know I be saying shit, but I know sometimes I be making up shit, but most of the time I don't. We got priest. All right, y'all. For some of you, I feel like your person is supposed to, because I'm seeing manifestation in priest, right? The priest is someone, of course, you see, could be someone that could be very religious. This can be a mentor, therapist, counselor, pastor, someone in the community, right? Someone people look up to because they have knowledge on societal norms, right? They're the go-to person. This is a person that likes to do things morally correct. And I feel like your person embodies this energy. For some of you, maybe they were even called to be some sort of, I don't know how to say it, you guys. What's the name of when someone is called, like being called to become a pastor or a priest or something in the, within the religious realm? Let me know in the comments. But I think I know. I feel like y'all know what I'm talking about. But I feel like some of y'all, your person was called to be someone like this, right? Like a counselor, a therapist, a mentor, someone that does things morally correct with integrity, right? It's like the go-to of the community. If you are wondering if you're doing, your intentions about something are correct, and this is the person that you go to get some sort of counseling, right? I feel like for some of you, this is what they've been called to do. and this is what they're wanting to manifest. And they know that in order to take on this role, they have to detach from the material, the money. And maybe that's exactly why they could be going through a divorce in which their money could be getting affected, because it's teaching them how to release control and have faith, that God provides everything that's needed. That source will provide anything and everything that's needed. Yeah, look, work and effort. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. Look at this community. So I feel like for some of you, this person is the person you're connecting to is someone that is supposed to work in their community as like, I don't know why I'm picking up on like a pastor or counselor of some sort, a therapist, or someone that just gives guidance based off, I don't know. It's not religious. Maybe it is. Maybe it is, but I feel like whatever it is going to bear the fruit that they actually will fulfill them, right? Like you see how it says work, labor, and efforts, and it's fruit. It's not money. And it's like healthy. It's healthy fruit, right? It's organic fruit. And I feel like this person has been chasing after money, and it still hasn't fulfilled them how this fruit is about to do. And even though it's not money, it's still going to make them happy. It's still going to make them feel accomplished, because they're doing what they were sent here to do. Right? Like, yes, I get paid in grapes, but that's fine because I love grapes and they're nutritious, right? Rather than I got paid, $10,000 and I love it and I already blew it and I spent it and I'm still not happy with the, brand new whatever I just got. I don't know, something like that. Let me get, hold on, that's too many. Let me get one more for anxiety and priest. For some of you, maybe your person could be in denial, not necessarily denial, but maybe they're scared that they can't fulfill this role, right? Like how can me, with the life that I've lived, become this go-to person? Who am I to be, the I don't know, the mentor or whatever, right? The priest, or who am I to be the pastor? Who am I? Whatever. It's almost like they've been questioning also their self-worth. Like, can I really do this? Am I really worthy of this? But because they've ascended, it does feel like they're starting to see like a higher perspective. I also feel like they've been divinely guided. For some of you, I'm trying to cover up some of this because I know I can't show it. Lust. They could have been having to fight a lust demon, right? A lot of us, masculine and feminine, we can lust over anything. It doesn't have to be sexually, but we lust over money. We lust over I can't fucking talk. Shiny and fancy things. Lust can come in very different forms. So maybe this is a person who was very lustful and they're like, I've lived my life like this my entire life. I lived my life like this my entire life. I lived this way my entire life. Who am I to become this like priest? Like you can see it's two different people. Who am I? And they're looking at themselves like, maybe even going down through memory lane, like looking through their phone, like through everything that they've experienced, maybe all the parties, all the hoes, like maybe they have pictures on their phones where like from Susan, Becky, and Mary, like damn, that bitch, she was fun, or like he was a good time. I don't know. I just feel like someone is looking through their phone and they're looking at it like, damn, like that doesn't even make me happy anymore. That doesn't even fulfill me anymore. The hoes don't do it for me anymore. Like, and they're realizing it's because they are ascending, because it doesn't align with who they're supposed to become. And it's like, because it is a change. Again, remember, changes are very uncomfortable. You're used to doing something a specific way for so many years. Change is going to give you that level of anxiety, and either you're going to stick stuck and comfortable. But whoever this person you're attached to, it doesn't give me the energy of someone that likes to get stuck. It doesn't, because of the ascending energy that we're seeing. Let me see happiness. North. Spirit, I love it when you just be like, yep, you right. What you saying is true. North Node. They know. I'm telling y'all. They know that this is who they're supposed to become. Whoever this is for them. If it's not a priest, this could be someone that they are going to for mentorship, for guidance. If not, if this is them. This is the role that they're supposed to take. Maybe they're supposed to be healers also in their community, just like you are. And because you've shown up as this healer who could truly accepts who you are at your core, the fact that you've accepted your North Node is exposing this to your person that you're attached to. And now they're wanting to follow their North Node, doing what they were sent here to do, following their purpose, their path. But they know that they have to put something to rest. They know they have to let a certain lifestyle go and become this boss, their own boss maybe. Maybe that's why they're having to leave a particular job to get to this happiness. They're talking to a boss. I told y'all they could be talking to a boss. Didn't I say that? Mature man. They could be talking to a boss. This is like that emperor energy. This is also like that energy of them stepping into maturity, right? They're maturing, they're growing. This is giving that energy of like that, that 35, 36, 30, we're going to say 35 to 39, maybe even 40. It's like that transition, right? Where you're about to leave your 30s and you're like, I've been doing this for X amount of years. And I think I've reached my cap. Like, I feel like I've learned everything that I needed to learn from this job. You see the gray hairs? I've done everything I needed to do here. I feel like I'm to step into a different role. It's time for me to ascend. It's time for me to do or be something different. And I think that between the ages of 35 to 40, and I mean, I feel like we think about it when we come out of high school, like, what do we want to do when we grow up, right? Like, which direction are we going? But I feel like once you start to hit like your higher 30s, you look back at your career and what you've done over the years, and you're like, is this what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life? Like, I think you kind of go back and check in with yourself, and you're like, shit, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. So this is when I feel like people start to reconsider their purpose or their path or what they're here to do. For some of them, I know y'all heard of like the midlife crisis type shit. So people go through that midlife crisis where they want to do all types of crazy shit because they haven't done it their entire life, or they've been doing something for so long that now it's like, I don't even know who I am. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I'm hearing an identity crisis, but I don't feel like your person is going through an identity crisis because they know. I feel like they know what they're supposed to do or who they're supposed to become. They could also be talking to like a father figure, someone who they consider to be wise when it comes to making life decisions. I feel like this person is surrounded by a good village, like people they actually trust. I do. As I say that, there is an outside energy. I'm telling you, either this is the person you're attached to collective, because I'm getting karmic masculine and death magic. I don't know if I'm allowed to. Excuse me. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. Whoever this is trying to distract or trying to get in the middle or just sending death magic because they're seeing that you're single, sexy, and successful. They don't want to see you be happy. This is like outside energy trying to make themselves known. Clearly, they fell out from the middle of the deck. We're going to put it right back in, and we're going to continue to live our life happily ever after without any distractions. They can go right back in there. Let me get one more for this mature man. They try to get you off track. I don't know. Whoever that is, they could get stuck. Stay stuck. Stay stuck wherever the hell you are at. What is this mature man? I guess they still wanted to make themselves known. It says entity attachment, but there's blocked. So whoever it is, either this mature man has blocked out whoever is trying to attach themselves to y'all's connection, or you are blocking it out with your energy, with your healing energy. Because we saw unbothered. So again, as much as they want to make themselves known, they're not going to be. Okay. All right. That was nice. All right, I'm just gonna get a few tarot cards, y'all. I know we've done a lot with what we have, but let's just get let's get some cards. Tarot. Gotta get some tarot. All right. What messages do you have for the collective when it comes to this connection? 3 of Pentacles talks about teamwork and collaboration. All right, let's just get a few tarot. That's that anxiety energy. Yeah, because it's going to start repeating itself. Like, literally, I'm telling y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if Justice pops out, the Hierophant pops out, the Star. Emperor. All right, let's see. What messages do you have for the collective? Queen of Swords. I think I said something about the Queen of Swords. You're very focused, organized, disciplined. For some of you, this could be a lawyer, female, woman lawyer. But you're also very straightforward. Like I said, you're someone that's you're self-disciplined. You're straightforward. You're organized. You're focused. You set boundaries where the fuck you need to set boundaries at. Like, you're not dealing with the bullshit. That you're so unbothered. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Something about money. There could be someone trying to be sneaky when it comes to money and finances. Or somebody could have lied about money matters, finances. 10 of Swords, yeah, betrayal. 7 of Pentacles and the Star. Something's coming to light, though. It's like everything is happening as it should. Because it's guiding you, or it's guiding your person towards their North Node. So if they're dealing with someone who has been trying to do some sneaky shit with their money, or yeah, I'm hearing sneaky business, fishy, something's fishy. It's all happening because there's either some truth that is supposed to be getting revealed. King of Swords. It's a true match here. Like I said, these are people that can be in law. So lawyers, judges. What is the 7 of Swords? 3 of Cups. And the Star again. 3 of Cups talks about Celebration, reuniting. Also talks about a third party energy. For some of you, I feel like whoever the third party is, they could have been trying to collaborate with other people in their community to lie and be sneaky when it comes to some sort of money. Like, I don't know, this feels like, or this is three of cups talks about celebration as well. There's like a third party involved here. I don't like that. What is the Three of Cups with the Seven of Swords? Seven of Cups and the Tower. It does feel like there was either somebody trying to create some sort of illusions, confusion. I'm hearing lies when it came to some sort of money. And the justice system could be getting involved and creating some sort of tower, create something, like I said, change. Something's falling apart. What is the Queen of Swords? Let me just have one. One, please. Queen of Swords. Three of Pentacles. And the Eight of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Cups talks about emotionally detaching. That's that divorce energy. And it could have been because they were dealing with someone who was very sneaky. Maybe there was a third party involved. I don't know. Cheated. They had options. They like to overindulge, party, drinking. I don't know. They could have been lying and saying they didn't have the money, but they were over here spending it on other people, blowing it on other people. I don't know. All right, yeah. I feel like there's a lot of people involved. Something about people. Maybe people in the community, or like I said, whoever this person or third party was that your person was attached to, they could have kept their options open. They were somebody that liked to go, partying, drinking a lot. Who knows? It does feel like that though. I'm getting, with the Eight of Wands that popped out, that fiery energy. So maybe they were very lustful. They were dealing with someone that was very lustful. They like to move like fast from relationship to relationship, connection to connection, person to person, sleeping around. I don't know. What is this North Node? We have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, your true passion, your love, your creativity. This is just whoever this is exactly what your person wants to manifest. They want to change their environment so that they can go ahead and start pouring into themselves, so they can start focusing on what they actually love, what actually fulfills them. Maybe even give you this offer, right? This cup of love. Nine of Wands. But there's boundaries. There's boundaries. There's protection. There's an energy of keeping someone at a distance or not allowing them to come in. There's that blocked energy as well. So somebody could be working on blocking things out. People, places, things, again, lustful energies, people that no longer align. Let me get some more, a couple more, and then we'll close it out. Queen of Cups, here you are. Just loving, nurturing, caring. This person views you as very caring, very loving. You could be a mother as well. You could have children, because we did see children right here. You're just very focused on the things that fill you up. Maybe you're very focused on your children right now. You're unbothered about all this bullshit that's going on outside of you. You're like, I'm not worried about y'all. I got shit to do. I got a business to build. I got messages to deliver on my social media. I got kids to raise. Like, I'm blocking all this shit out because it ain't got shit to do with me. And if it does, if it's not helping me grow, or if it's not helping me stay, it's like you're blocking everything out that comes with some sort of entity attachment. I feel like, because you're a healer, you're very tapped into your intuition. So the moment that you feel someone that's coming in with this negative energy, you're automatically like blocked. I could be talking to a Virgo. Ooh, that card popped. Oh, the way on the other side. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Four of Wands, celebration. This talks about marriage as well. You're just focusing on home. You're focusing on doing the things that bring you happiness, fulfillment, security. You're not worried about shit. You're just focused on your money. You're focused on your stability. You're focused on celebrating life. I'm hearing you're just here celebrating every day, because you know that every day is not promised. You're looking at life from a perspective of like, damn, like, yes, this shit is annoying, but the fact that I have it and have access to it is a blessing, right? Whatever it is, it's like you're showing gratitude for your gifts that have been given you. You're giving gratitude for the abundance that you have been able to fill up. The fact that you have a home to sleep in. The fact that you have a car to move around with. Like, it's like you're so unbothered by all this other shit that's going on, that you're all you're doing is manifesting and attracting even more abundance, because you're focusing on the abundance and not the whatever the fuck this is or that your person is going through. You're so unbothered. You're like, you know what, y'all can figure it out. The star. I told you I wouldn't be surprised if the star popped out. That's that North Node in a different perspective with this Hangman energy. Everything that I said it came out in the tarot. Literally, you offered a different perspective to your person, and that pushed them to go ahead and follow their north, their passion, their purpose, what they were sent here to do, just by you being you. And I love that for us. I really do. That's the whole point behind healing, right? The more you heal and become the person that you want to attract, the more we heal those around us. And if they're not willing to do the work, then believe it or not, you leave people behind with little crumbs or jewels or gems that sometimes they go back and think about, and they're like, damn, collective did say something about XYZ and I didn't listen then. It's like you live rent free in people's heads, in people's minds, because of what you communicate, what you talk about. Even if you're not talking to them directly, whatever it is that you could be saying on your social media accounts, it's enough to sit in people's heads for years to come. Not just like, you know what, this is a person I dealt with back in 1962 and whatever. No, it could be you dealt with this person back in 1962 and now in 2025 they're still talking about you. Let's see. Okay, with the mending. Someone wants to mend things with you. So maybe you and your person could have disconnected for a bit. Especially with this Hangman energy does talk about stalemate. So it could feel like your person, communication between you and your person could be, it could be silent right now. Not necessarily I don't know if you blocked this person out, because I do see the 9 of Wands and the blocked energy. So maybe you blocked them out. I don't know. You blocked them. You restricted them. We saw that social media card. So you possibly blocked your person on social media, but now here they come wanting to mend it all. All right, 52. Some of you could be 52 years old. You could be seeing 777 as well. Okay, that's not 52. 52. It says, each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding the integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal: the pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of old hurts in order to reclaim your power. I said something about the number 888, that's a number of power. So I feel like your person could be reclaiming their power from whatever situation they were tied to, whether that's work, a place that they no longer want to be at, or a marriage, a place where they no longer want to be at. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. Love it. I love it. And I feel like someone is, with the star energy and the Four of Wands, talks about celebration, and the star, of course, it doesn't talk about freedom, but there's a sense of freedom that comes with knowing that you're doing exactly what you were sent here to do, because it's almost like you're getting the okay from the universe or God telling you, like, yep, yeah, yes, go ahead, that's what you're supposed to be doing, do it. And you don't ever have to worry about being provided for, or your money, or whatever, your security. So long you do what you were sent here to do, you're going to be provided for. And I feel like that's exactly the message that you shared with your person. So long you do what you were sent here to do, you will be provided for. Yeah. Okay. That's the message. All right, y'all. I hope that gave a little bit of clarity, made a little bit of sense. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how the message does resonate. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.